trippy, huh?
This game is kind of hot.
Wow. Yeah. Trippy.
Welcome back to Cinemaniac Central. My name is Chris, and this is my review for It's What's Inside. So It's What's Inside is Netflix's newest comedy/thriller that puts a body swap subgenre spin on it. And so what we have here is we have these group of friends that gather for a pre-wedding get-together, and an old classmate decides to crash the party, and he has with him this mysterious suitcase that contains this machine that will allow them to switch bodies. So what he does, he proposes this unique party game where they switch bodies and see if they can guess who is in which body. It's a fun concept. It's a really cool idea, and it really had me kind of intrigued. What this movie does is take an interesting concept and really goes into some dark places with it. And I actually thought it was really cool. I thought it was interesting and scary and just overall fun at the same time. There's not a whole lot I can say about this movie without getting into spoilers, and that's something I just don't want to do because this movie was actually a hell of a lot of fun and I really enjoyed it. It's just one of those rare Netflix movies that's, especially a horror, in the horror genre, that really works. And it's not really a horror movie. It's more just like more of a thriller, dark comedy kind of thing with a little sci-fi element there. And honestly, I thought it was cool. I really enjoyed this thing. I highly recommend this. Now, first off, the cast. A lot of the cast members in this movie I don't recognize. I've never seen them in anything. All I know is, and that was only because I researched it, is that Brittany O'Grady, she's on The White Lotus, but I think she gives a really good performance. She's like kind of the main lead here. It's kind of hard to pinpoint a certain lead because they all had their time to shine, and a lot of the characters I really enjoyed. And that's what I thought was kind of cool, is that when it comes to the body swap thing, when you have a character that switches bodies with another, when you have someone else in your body and someone else is in your body and you see your body kind of walking towards you, it's really weird. And we've had a lot of movies that do that, have that concept, of course, with the whole body switching thing, but that specific point is never acknowledged, that not that I know of anyway, where a character finds it kind of weird to see their own body walking towards them. I mean, we see it, as a viewer, we see it on screen and everything, but from the character's point of view, that specific detail is never acknowledged, and I thought that was really interesting and really cool. Also, and what makes this kind of dark, what makes this movie go into a dark, kind of more darker direction, is something happens at the 1 hour mark, around the 1 hour mark in this movie, that just kind of changes shit like that. And it's like, it kind of leaves you with the idea, what if you're in somebody else's body and you just don't want to leave? You don't want to go back to your old body. You want to stay in this new one. You're getting a little bit too comfortable with it. And where they take that idea, I thought was really cool. It's really interesting and, like I said, scary at the same time. And so, I was really impressed with how this movie went down. And like I said, I think the characters are likable. And what I liked about it, though, is that the idea of this game or whatever is that it's specific, and it comes in 3 rounds. The round 1, you kind of get to know the characters, and for the most part, they're pretty likable. But then in round 2, when they do it again and they switch bodies, you don't know who's in whose body, and so it gives the viewer an opportunity to play as well. And so I was playing at first, and my first choice, my first choice, I identified who was in whose body, and I was right. And because I took what I witnessed early on in the movie, and I remembered how they reacted to certain things, and how they reacted to a certain conversation, and I was like, yeah, that's this person. So I was right. And then my second guess, I was wrong actually. So, but yeah, I like I like this idea. It's like I said, the way everything went down is cool. Characters are great. The person who directed it is Greg Jardine. I think that's how you pronounce it. Greg Jardine, and this I think this is his. I think he did something. I think he did. This is his first film. This is his directorial debut, I think, as far as an actual movie. There's one. There's a movie. There's something called a. Okay, there's a short that he did called "The Problem with Firebarbers." So this is his first full length movie, and whoever this guy is, I want to see what he does because I think he knocks it out of the park. And so, yeah. Again, a lot of the characters I really enjoyed. I liked, like I said, I liked Brittany O'Grady as Shelby. I liked Alicia Debnam Carey as Nikki. She's like this social media influencer. She gets a lot of screen time there, and it's a really cool concept how you can just switch bodies with your friends, and then you find out things that you didn't know about, and so it really causes a lot of different. Conflicts with each other, and so like I said, I thought it was great. So if you have not seen this movie yet, I highly recommend checking it out. This is just one of those movies that is perfect for like a get together with your friends party night, kind of like Bodies, or even Night, or if you want to go even more classic, Night of the Demons. I'm gonna give it What's Inside an 8.5 out of 10. It's great. I really enjoyed it, so definitely check it out. It's on Netflix. That's just my thoughts on It's What's Inside. If you haven't already, checked out my reviews for Halloween 4 or Speak No Evil, which are part of my Cine Slasher-thon for the month of October. I'll have a playlist for that around here somewhere. This will also be in there, even though it's not technically horror or slasher, but it just has those little bit of horror vibes. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below if you have seen this movie. What did you think of it? Let me know your thoughts down below. I love you guys. You guys are the best, and I will see you next time.